I've noticed that it cuts off several seconds when I'm streaming, so I doubt that this is even effectively recording to the stream. Uh, just a couple different things that I want to get into. Number one, this article. We're going to read this article on the BCCLA. Anybody who's not aware of the BCCLA, they are a group of lawyers in Canada that are supposed to defend civil liberties and act in defense of human rights and constitutional rights and stuff like that. So we're gonna read this. I was reviewing all of these top 100 AI companies, and I figured that as a more thorough investigation of all of this 100, which I think is worth going into, I think it would be interesting to go to each site to search each one. We're going to go to search each one, and then we're going to look at each site, and then we're going to give them a ranking based upon just what the website put forward. Because like Anki is like a little toy robot. You know what I mean? It's not groundbreaking AI. It's like a little toy for children, and it's alongside like OpenAI, and it's OpenAI is, from what I've already mentioned, not exactly really taking my head off. And then compare them to services like Amazon Web Services, Google Cloud Platform. Just really do a thorough investigation, because from my perspective, the website is everything. I mean, it's a demonstration. There's nothing you can't do in a website. There's nothing you can't do with JavaScript. So I would judge each of these companies based upon the website alone, and I think that's a really good assessment of what the ultimate value and validity is. In addition, I did mention that the two fastest supercomputers, and I've mentioned this before, but I mentioned in a previous instance that the two fastest supercomputers on Earth were a short time ago Chinese, and after reviewing this list rather thoroughly on my own, well, number one, the two fastest supercomputers are now both in the United States. I'm not sure if it says exactly when these were built. Probably fairly recently, because I remember somebody, like I said, it's a lot like a space race. It's the computation race, and the two major players are China and the United States. And then there's another couple in Germany. So we're gonna look into each one of these, and then maybe game a bit. And I would love to have anybody on the show. I would love to have anybody on my stream if you'd like. If you'd like to talk about these things and then play some Apex. And once again, Apex Legends is the best game ever. Okay, so yeah, let's get into this.
Copyright symbol provided by National Post. Harsher. Burn it all down. Head of BC Civil Liberties Group resigns over tweet about church fires. Tyler Dawson. The head of the British Columbia Civil Liberties Association, one of the most significant civil rights groups in the country, has left her job following an uproar after a social media post that seemed to celebrate the burning of Catholic churches. In late June, Harsher Wallier quote-tweeted a Vice News report regarding Catholic churches that had been burned, following the discoveries of hundreds of unmarked graves near the sites of former residential schools.
I'm just going to make myself some coffee here as this plays. So, I gotta go pour a cup of coffee here.
Schools. Burn it all down, Wallier wrote. On Friday, the British Columbia Civil Liberties Association announced Wallier had resigned and that the board of directors had accepted her resignation with heavy hearts. Rupa Subramanya, church fires show the left's disgusting propensity to turn a blind eye to violence. While some cheer on the destruction of churches, First Nations pick up the pieces. Raymond J. D'Souza, rash of Catholic church burnings and vandalism isn't sad, it's sacrilege. The 35 fakest reality shows on television, see the list. See more sponsored by New Arena. In a separate letter, the board of directors said, following Wallier's tweet, the organization faced inexcusable racism and misogyny and threats to physical and mental safety. We encountered a wave of hateful commentary, fueled by the fact that our executive director is a racialized woman leader. Still, the association said Wallier's tweet, using a particular turn of phrase in that context, i.e., burn it all down, left some people with the wrong impression about the values and principles to which we adhere.
Again, it's how it's all wrapped up in some conservative PC correctness political BS. I mean, it's so corrupt that they use freedom of speech to act like it's, she's just making a emotional statement about how she feels. I don't think she should be forced to step down, or I just think that the PC political correctness ticket is a joke. You know what I mean? Everybody has sex. That's how every person on earth has sex. That's how every person on earth came to be. You know what I mean? And then they act like they're celibate eunuchs. And, that's just another, it has nothing to do with her statement, but, we're all humans. And I think people should be allowed to articulate themselves freely. That's what freedom of speech and human rights is all about. Unless it's, you can make amends for anything that is said simply by addressing what was said, right? I've said really angry things because I get really angry, and until people are willing to answer to me in a public forum like this, like if I've ever said anything that makes you think that I'm no longer entitled to human rights or the rights of other citizens, well then, you're being dishonest unless you address me here right now in a public forum where everything can be addressed specifically. If you try to play some shifty backbiting game in some back room with your cronies, that's just as bad or worse.
Adhere. We regret the misunderstanding that was caused by the tweet and apologize for the harm the words caused, the letter said. The initial tweet caused an uproar among right-wing bloggers and conservative commentators in Canada and abroad. Tucker Carlson, the Fox News host, dedicated a segment to church burnings and called Wallier a monster in his commentary, before moving on to former Liberal advisor Gerald Butts, who suggested in a tweet that the burning of churches might be understandable. Throughout the drama, Wallier has had her supporters. Some suggested the idiomatic "burn it all down" had been misconstrued by her critics. In a piece written for the Thai, Grand Chief Stuart Phillip, the head of the Union of BC Indian Chiefs, wrote that "burn it all down" is a call for decolonization, not arson, and said the outrage is pearl-clutching. Burn it all down is part of a lexicon of social movements going back 2 centuries, Phillip and his co-authors wrote. Ryan McMahon, an Anishinaabe comedian and host of the Red Man Laughing podcast, told the National Post Sunday that "burn it all down" is clearly referring to a challenge to historic systemic inequities as a result of ongoing colonization and assimilation in Canada. Either the BCCLA has never read her work nor followed the conversation she's been leading in this country for many years, McMahon wrote to the Post. Or, they're not aware of who they hired to lead their organization and they cave to pressures issued disingenuously and wildly out of context.
I donated $100 to the BCCLA just to see what they would do. I've also donated money to Mayor Kennedy Stewart in Vancouver. And from my perspective, as a portion of my income $50 or $100 is a pretty significant portion of my income. So if you look at it in comparison to somebody like Jeff Bezos, if Jeff Bezos gave an equal portion of his income to charity, he'd get all kinds of press, recognition, accolades, and I'm giving a substantial portion of my entire income to the BCCLA, and they give you nothing. So from my vantage point, I mean, the government should award me damages for the iniquity of the people who wronged me, and then I could actually have the situation where I could assist, because if I could assist the BCCLA in the Human Rights Tribunal and whomever else in a logistical fashion. And if they were adequate, if they didn't need me or people like me, then there wouldn't be any human rights issues. There would be far less. I'm just another example of the complete and utter deficiency of the justice system. It's entirely a joke. But people treat me pretty bad as well. I mean, like, as an individual, people treat me like shit. So I don't really side with anybody. I side with me.
Context. Either way, the BCCLA is clearly on the wrong side of history here. News reports have estimated around 45 instances of fires or vandalism at churches since the TKMLUPS TE Sekwe Pemp first announced it had discovered 215 probable grave sites at the site of the former Kamloops Indian Residential School. Police forces have said they're investigating many of these. Few, if any, arrests have been made, and the motivations of the arsons and the perpetrators remain unclear, though many have been quick to draw connections between the grave discoveries and the vandalism. Jen Allen Riley, a Pentecostal assistant minister and 60 Scoop survivor, said at a Vancouver press conference in early July, "Burning down churches is not solidarity with us Indigenous people. We do not destroy people's places of worship," Allen Riley said. Others, including Ellis Ross, a BC Liberal and former Haisla Nation councillor, who's now running to head the BC Liberal Party, condemned senseless acts of violence. Greg Gabriel, the chief of the Penticton Indian Band, also condemned the burning of the Sacred Hearts Church on his band's land. "There is a lot of hurt. But this type of action doesn't help if in fact it is found to be deliberate," Gabriel said.
Everybody likes to vilify the Catholic Church. My mom hates the Catholic Church. She despises the Catholic Church. And from my experiences in trying to understand these institutions and organizations, like whether it's the Catholic Church or a Protestant church or any religious institution, I think I'm thoroughly educated in the reality of how religious institutions interact with society. And I mean, technically speaking, I would do away with religion. I think religion is garbage. It's just a giant waste of time and resources. And science, I don't think that physicalist paradigms, as I've already addressed, I don't think that physicalist paradigms of science can account for the entirety of the phenomena of consciousness and the absolute reality of existence in the world. I don't, like if we say that the Big Bang created the universe, there has to be a cause for the Big Bang. You can't just ignore that existence and consciousness happening to exist within this universe is basically the biggest miracle that's ever existed. I mean, I can imagine a universe with just material objects, just large celestial bodies interacting, governed by the laws of physics with no consciousness. I can imagine that. Just an empty void universe of interacting physical elements. So the fact that complex consciousness exists, I just say that it has to be something, It's beyond our ability to understand. It's beyond our ability to actually come to terms with, but Yeah. Anyhow, I just think that religion is a freaking joke, man. But at the same time, secularism and scientific materialism is not good either. I mean, like scientific materialism, if un unhindered, is every bit as evil as it stands to be every bit as evil. The Holocaust. I wouldn't say that the Nazis weren't entirely. I mean, the Nazis were entirely secular, but according to some people, they were Catholic. So, um,
said. The Post was unable to reach Wallier for comment on Sunday.
So I mean, I don't know. I don't know the absolute facts. I really don't. I don't know the absolute truth of all of the evidence that we have. I've just been told this from the media, and the media is in bed with the government. Well, like certain streams of media are in bed with the government. So on some level, I can see it being tainted by the government's desire to undermine religious institutions, because religious institutions are what stand to pose a significant social opposition to government. It's another form of government. But let's watch this. It's just, for the Catholic Church to murder children, I don't know. It just sounds so grandiose. You know what I mean? Like, it's the antithesis of everything that they're supposed to represent. And I just see it as a good way to attack the Catholic Church. Like, I mean, at the same time, I can understand that the reality of it, I don't know. I give equal measure to the opposite end of the spectrum on both accounts, because I just don't have the evidence at my disposal. There's nothing more I can say. Just that I've had bad experiences with the Catholic Church, and it's a waste of time and resources. But at the same time, as I've just said, if we go wholeheartedly into scientific materialism, it's not going to be good either. So let's get back to this this list. I think we made it to number 15. So we're going to look into AI, which I think is vision systems for automated vehicles, as far as I know. So let's look at their website. Honestly, what I would do is I would just have a very simplistic site and an API demonstrating everything that we've got. Freely accessible via the website, via an API that presents itself immediately. You can have videos and stuff like that. But
AI's intelligent LiDAR now available on the NVIDIA Drive autonomous vehicle platform. Adaptive, intelligent LiDAR augments NVIDIA's open platform for L2+ to Level 5 fully autonomous driving. As an NVIDIA ecosystem partner, AI's adaptive, intelligent sensing capabilities complement our Drive platform, which enables safe AV development and deployment. Glenn Schuster, Senior Director of Sensor Ecosystems, NVIDIA. Dublin, CA, July 16, 2021. AI Incorporated, AI, the global leader in adaptive, high-performance LiDAR solutions, today announced it is working with NVIDIA to bring its adaptive, intelligent sensing to the NVIDIA Drive registered trademark symbol autonomous vehicle platform. The NVIDIA Drive platform is an open, end-to-end solution for Level 2 plus automated driving to Level 5 fully autonomous driving. With AI's intelligent, adaptive LiDAR supported on the NVIDIA Drive platform, autonomous vehicle developers will have access to next-generation tools to increase the saliency and quality of data collected as they build and deploy state-of-the-art ADAS and AV applications. Specifically, AI's SDK and visualizer will allow developers to configure the sensor and viewpoint clouds on the platform. We are pleased to offer our customers the full functionality of our sensor on the NVIDIA Drive platform, said Blair Larcourt, CEO of AI. ADAS and AV developers wanting a best-in-class, full-stack autonomous solution now have the unique ability to use a single adaptive LiDAR platform from Level 2 plus through Level 5 as they configure solutions for different levels of autonomy. We believe that intelligence will be the key to delivering new levels of safety and performance. AI-driven sensing and perception are critical to solving the most challenging corner cases in automated and autonomous driving, said Glenn Schuster, Senior Director of Sensor Ecosystems at NVIDIA. As an NVIDIA ecosystem partner, AI's adaptive, intelligent sensing capabilities complement our Drive platform, which enables safe AV development and deployment.
I'm starting to sound like a broken record here, but again, implementation through autonomous vehicles is preemptive. I mean, if we have a Turing passing language module, like a natural language processing AI, I think anything even close to Turing passing would instill me with a little bit more faith that things like autonomous vehicles are perhaps due for some exploration. But there are so many avenues of development that could take place before we put it in control of thousands of pounds of metal at high speed. You know, there's just so many opportunities to perfect things. It's one of the last things that I would try to pursue. It's bound to cost a lot of human lives, but if you want to trust George Hotz with your family's life, go right ahead. NVIDIA's a good company. Let's look at NVIDIA stock, shall we? So here's your max chart on NVIDIA. So if you had bought NVIDIA in 2016, look at that. If you had bought NVIDIA 5 years ago, that's a 1,400% return. More than that, almost 1,500. If you sold at the right time, 1,600. So if you really knew what you're doing here, that's a pretty good grab. Or even if you had bought, like let's say, you'd bought in October of this past year, you could bag 40%. You invest $1 million in October, that's 400K. It's a pretty good return. NVIDIA is a good company. So
NVIDIA ecosystem partner, AI's adaptive, intelligent sensing capabilities complement our Drive platform, which enables safe AV development and deployment. AI's adaptive LiDAR takes a uniquely intelligent approach to sensing, called IDAR trademark symbol, intelligent detection and ranging. Its high-performance, adaptive LiDAR is based on a bistatic architecture, which keeps the transmit and receive channels separate. As each laser pulse is transmitted, the solid-state receiver is told where and when to look for its class equals keep, return, enabling parallel processing and deterministic artificial intelligence to be introduced into the sensing process at the point of object acquisition and detection. Ultimately, this establishes the IDAR platform as adaptive, allowing it to focus on what matters most, while simultaneously monitoring the vehicle's surroundings, resulting in greater reliability, safety, and performance at longer range and lower cost.
I like how they just give straight contacts here. That to me is always an indication that things are good. If you're trying to hide, you know, from any direct contact with your consumer base or inquiring minds like myself, I don't know. It's good. At least they have a straight, accessible connection to the developers here. And then, you know, over the long haul, what I would like to do is take each one of these companies and cross-reference it with GitHub. Been spending a lot of time on GitHub. I'm deploying sites and I'm deploying JavaScript via my GitHub. If anybody wants me to send them a link to my GitHub, please let me know. If anybody likes to develop in JavaScript or front-end web design and UI and UX, let me know. But yeah, I mean, delving deeply into each one of these companies thoroughly and really giving an exploration of their websites. I mean, like this website's not, it's not taking my head off, you know. But it's a part of the puzzle with an equation this complex and potentially very dangerous. I'm sure it's gonna require a hell of a lot of different development companies bringing together all of the pieces of the puzzle. But you know, according to what's been said, Tesla is the greatest in AV, autonomous vehicles, and that's what they say. That Tesla's gonna be the one to do it. Well, I've heard both good and bad things about Teslas. Okay, we might come back to them. Algorithmia. Look how quickly that one loaded. Look how quickly that search loaded in comparison to the other search.
Algorithmia is MLOps. 85% of machine learning models never make it to production. Our MLOps platform gets your models into production and operating at peak performance, so you get real business results.
I just love how they're pushing this advantage of AI. I mean, they keep on saying how the solutions that they're developing are going to improve people's business, like especially Google Cloud Platform, that like somehow, again, this abstract, out of the way approach to programming something that is entirely independent rather than just engineering a good piece of software for the UI in the UX and just getting direct. I mean, in many ways, there's just so many things that can be done toward that end. There's so many things that can be done in order to improve the interface. Like speech, I love speech, right? Like I love the spoken word just because it seems so much more logistically advantageous than, well, you know, the written word has its own value, I guess, in certain contexts, but it just seems like a marketing. It just seems like they're trying to sell you something sell you this supposed advantage of this advanced software, but it's like at the end of the day, just a human being would be more valuable. Yeah, so I'm gonna kill the webcam for the time being.
Results. Explore our platform. The Enterprise MLOps platform. Machine learning doesn't create value unless you can deliver models quickly and at scale. Algorithmia Enterprise manages all stages of the production ML lifecycle within existing operational processes, so you can deliver more models faster while protecting your business. Watch a demo. Nothing gets to production without MLOps. Put ML into production quickly, securely, and cost-effectively. Algorithmia Enterprise automates and accelerates delivery of your ML models into production, driving a process of continuous optimization across all stages of the ML lifecycle within existing operational processes.
Okay, so let's just cross-reference MLOps here. See what we can get on Wikipedia. I don't know too much about the term.
MLOps. From Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia. MLOps is the set of practices at the intersection of machine learning, DevOps and data engineering. 1. MLOps or MLOps is a set of practices that aims to deploy and maintain machine learning models in production reliably and efficiently. 1. The word is a compound of machine learning and the continuous development practice of DevOps in the software field. Machine learning models are tested and developed in isolated experimental systems. When an algorithm is ready to be launched, MLOps is practiced between data scientists, DevOps, and machine learning engineers to transition the algorithm to production systems. 2. Similar to DevOps or DataOps approaches, MLOps seeks to increase automation and improve the quality of production models, while also focusing on business and regulatory requirements. While MLOps started as a set of best practices, it is slowly evolving into an independent approach to ML lifecycle management. MLOps applies to the entire lifecycle, from integrating with model generation, software development lifecycle, continuous integration, continuous delivery, orchestration, and deployment, to health, diagnostics, governance, and business metrics.
So let's go to GitHub and let's look up MLOps on GitHub. Machine learning is no joke. I tried the Andrew Ng course, and it was pretty challenging for me. I was not met with a lot of success in the, is it Coursera Andrew Ng course. So once again, you know, it's all here. It's all accessible to us all the time, and in most cases for very, very cheap or entirely free. Most of the time it's entirely free. And I just think using things immediately is the only way that I learn, personally. Like, if I can't use the things that I'm learning in order to create something real, I lose interest. I just, I feel like it's spinning the wheels, and personally it's like, I'm trying to just attack it and just constantly build sites and constantly code every time I have the energy to code, just because that's when I feel as though I start to actually memorize things, when I'm using it in a real context. But yeah, this is the MLOps community. Is this the GitHub community?
The MLOps community fills the swiftly growing need to share real-world machine learning operations best practices from engineers in the field. While MLOps shares a lot of ground with DevOps, the differences are as big as the similarities. We needed a community laser-focused on solving the unique challenges we deal with every day building production AI or ML pipelines. We're in this together. Come learn with us in a community open to everyone. Share knowledge. Ask questions. Get answers.
What's going on in the MLOps world?
Well, I'm glad you asked. We just made a video. Check it out.
Hi everyone.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey guys.
Hi guys.
Hi.
Hello everyone.
Hi there.
Hello.
What's up, MLOps community?
Hi.
Hello ML.
I'm Larissa.
Ivan's here.
My name is Alexander.
This is Mike from Tecton.
I'm Kate.
I am Litox, Carlos de la Torre.
My name is Venkat Pingali and I'm from Scribble Data.
Hi, I'm Fabiana.
I'm Gonzalo.
My name is Alexei Grigoriev.
My name is Byron Allen.
I'm Milena. I'm CEO and co-founder of Evidently AI.
This is Shanto Energy from India.
Carlos here. So my name is Anko.
Hi, I'm Luke Feeney from Terminus DB.
I'm a customer.
Looks like a pretty healthy community. All right. Okay. So that's algorithmia and ML ops, which again, we may come back to. We will come back to. But again, you know, what I want to do is create an instant, fully interactive, fully accessible web API that's going to demonstrate everything that I'm bringing to the table. And in the case of vision systems or driverless AVs, you could do it in simulation. So you could have it legitimately, you could have a parametric interface with some parameters that you're going to set for the thing, and then you could have it playing Need for Speed via the web API or playing some kind of video game. Any vision system, any AI module that claims to be fully developed, I think should be able to carry that off. I mean, anyways, I'm gonna go back to this list, and I'm gonna take up from number 50. We're gonna go all the way back to the beginning, but I'm gonna take up from where we left off. I think we left off at Bonsai. We're close to here, so we're just going to let it read out.
By Analytics Insight, December 18, 2020. Artificial intelligence, AI, is not just a buzzword, but a crucial part of the technology. 15. Bonsai. Headquarters, Berkeley, California, United States. Founded, 2014. Focus area, Artificial intelligence, machine learning. Sector, Enterprise AI. Bonsai offers an AI platform that empowers enterprises to develop and deploy intelligent systems. The company enables enterprises to program AI models that advance system control and improve real-time decision support through completely automating the management of complex machine learning libraries and algorithms. Businesses utilize these models to drive automation and enhance the operational efficiency of industrial systems, including robotics, manufacturing, supply chain, logistics, energy, and utilities. 16. Butterfly Network. Headquarters, Guilford, Connecticut, United States. Founded, 2011. Focus area, electronics, numerical computing, ultrasound, software. Sector, healthcare. Butterfly Network is a digital health company whose mission is to democratize healthcare by making medical imaging universally accessible and affordable. Currently, 4.7 billion people around the world do not have access to this essential technology. The company's full-stack approach to the problem is driven by a cross-disciplinary fusion of semiconductor engineering, artificial intelligence, and connected mobile software. The result is Butterfly IQ, the world's first handheld whole-body ultrasound system. 17. Cape Analytics. Headquarters, Mountain View, California, United States. Founded, 2014. Focus area, artificial intelligence, computer vision, machine learning, cloud computing. Sector, fintech and insurance. Cape Analytics uses deep learning and geospatial imagery to provide instant property intelligence for buildings across the United States. The company enables insurers and other property stakeholders to access valuable property attributes at the time of underwriting with the accuracy and detail that traditionally required an on-site inspection, but with the speed and coverage of property record prefill. Cape Analytics is backed by leading venture firms and comprised of computer vision and risk analysis experts. 18. Case text. Headquarters, San Francisco, California, United States. Founded, 2013. Focus area, artificial intelligence, law enforcement. Sector, risk and regulatory compliance. Case text. The most widely used artificial intelligence legal research technology has been adopted across the legal market from the largest Law 100 law firms to solo practices. The company's award-winning technology offers both conventional search functionality and its Kara AI-powered contextual search, focuses on the context of one's research to help him find on-point authorities faster. Founded by a team of former litigators from top law firms, as well as PhD data scientists and leading AI engineers, Case Text helps legal researchers find the best cases and faster. 19. Cerebrus Systems. Headquarters, Los Altos, California, United States. Founded, 2016. Focus area, artificial intelligence, machine learning. Sector, semiconductors. Cerebrus is a computer systems company dedicated to accelerating deep learning. The Cerebrus wafer-scale engine, WSE, is the largest chip ever built. It is the heart of our deep learning system. 56x larger than any other chip, the WSE delivers more compute, more memory, and more communication bandwidth. This enables AI research at previously impossible speeds and scale. The Cerebrus software stack is designed to meet users where they are, integrating with open-source ML frameworks like TensorFlow and PyTorch. 20. Clarifia. Headquarters, New York, United States. Founded, 2013. Focus area, artificial intelligence, neural networks, deep learning, API, image recognition, machine learning. Sector, enterprise AI. Clarify, an AI-driven company, provides an image recognition system and real-world solution for business problems. Clarifia's image recognition systems identify various categories, objects, and tags in images, and find similar images. The company's solutions are built on the most advanced machine learning platform and enable its users to find similar images in large uncategorized repositories using a combination of semantic and visual similarities. Clarify's solutions are empowering businesses globally to build a new generation of intelligent applications. 21. Cloud Mines. Headquarters, Santa Clara, California, United States. Founded, 2015. Focus area, artificial intelligence, machine learning, network security, robotics. Sector, cross-industry. CloudMinds makes robots smarter by connecting robots and devices over secure virtual backbone networks, VBN, to cloud AI. Its human-augmented robotics intelligence with extreme reality, HARIX, platform is an ever-evolving cloud brain. The technology is capable of operating millions of cloud robots performing different tasks. It also empowers robots and devices with cloud AI capabilities such as natural language processing, NLP, computer vision, CV, navigation, and vision-controlled manipulation. 22. Cognitive scale. Headquarters, Austin, Texas, United States. Founded, 2013. Focus area: artificial intelligence, cognitive computing, machine learning, deep learning, data science, cognitive cloud platform, augmented intelligence. Sector: cross-industry. Cognitive Scales augmented intelligence software helps businesses apply artificial intelligence and blockchain technology to solve complex business problems at scale for financial services, healthcare, and digital commerce markets. The company pairs humans and machines to augment human potential. Cognitive Scales award-winning software is being used by global leaders such as User, Morgan Stanley, NBC, JP Morgan Chase, ExxonMobil, and MD Anderson to increase user engagement, improve decision-making, and deploy self-learning and self-assuring business processes. 23. Conversica. Headquarters: Foster City, California, United States. Founded 2007. Focus area: artificial intelligence, software as a service, conversational AI. Sector: cross-industry. Conversica is the leading conversational AI assistance platform for business, offers a cloud-based conversational artificial intelligence (AI) platform. The company brings people and intelligent virtual assistants to work together harmoniously to perform their job well and accomplish greater outcomes. Conversica's flagship AI assistant helps companies find and secure customers more quickly and efficiently by automatically contacting, engaging, qualifying, and following up with leads through natural, multi-channel, two-way conversations. 24. C3.ai. Headquarters: Redwood City, California, United States. Founded 2009. Focus area: artificial intelligence, data science, machine learning, cloud computing, SaaS. Sector: enterprise AI. C3.ai is a leading enterprise AI software provider for accelerating digital transformation. The company delivers a comprehensive and proven set of capabilities for rapidly developing, deploying, and operating large-scale AI, predictive analytics, and IoT applications for any enterprise value chain in any industry. The C3 AI Suite and C3.ai applications are proven and tested at petabyte scale, solving previously unsolvable challenges. The C3 AI Suite seamlessly works with existing data storage, sources, tools, and infrastructure investment, while flexibly operating in a private, hybrid cloud, or multi-cloud environment.
The one thing, again, is all of these claims to more quickly and efficiently, automatically contracting, engaging, qualifying, and following up on leads through natural multi-channel two-way conversations. Yes, well, is this, we're going to go back and look at each one of these, but is this accessible to us? And that's caused me to further reflect upon the fact that when OpenAI or one of Elon's companies beat Dota on Dota 2, that's supposedly some major breakthrough. It's like, there's a difference between programming the bot inside the application to pose a challenge to the end user and player, and there's another thing. It's another thing to program a more AGI style application that's going to use vision recognition and all of the incoming information from the interface from the application without interacting with the actual source code or having any kind of parameters set beyond what it confronts directly in the application, and using that in order to build an understanding of how to win the game. So they should create a esports league. I would create a couple different esports leagues. One would be AI developers programming such modules, such supposedly proficient AI, to be able to facilitate that in such a way, posing AI against AI, like an AI development team against another AI development team, and having esports take place based upon that kind of an approach. And then you could also have a humans versus the AI league and see how far it gets with each game, right? Because each game it's got to learn. And so you could have a AI v AI league of esports playing Apex Legends, and then you could have a humans versus AI continuous esports league, and see where each of those goes. Because I think in many cases, the humans are going to be able to, on newer games, depending upon the amount of training that and learning that the AI has been able to achieve in that game prior to engaging the human players, it's going to be interesting to see how proficient it is in being able to facilitate that. Okay, I'm getting a little... It's freezing here. It's freezing here. So we're at 25 Cyclia. It's freezing, so I'm gonna come back to it. I'm gonna leave this stream for the time being, and I'm gonna come back to this later on today.